right, folks, and what do chainsaws, anarcho-capitalism and Kemi Badenoch have in common? Apparently, the answer is government policy. Yes, really. Britain's Conservative leader just told the Financial Times that Argentina's President Javier Milei is the template for her government. And when asked if Britain needs a Milei of its own, she said, and I quote, "Yes and yes." Javier Milei is Argentina's chainsaw-wielding president, literally. He waves one around at rallies. He's dismantling ministries, firing thousands of bureaucrats, slashing public spending, and yelling about socialism like a caffeinated economist in a wrestling promo. He calls himself an anarcho-capitalist, thinks inflation is theft, loves Margaret Thatcher. Now that guy is the blueprint for Kemi Badenoch. In her FT interview, Badenoch made it crystal clear. She wants to be the Milei of Britain, but not in the theatrical chainsaw on stage way. In the cut down the state and stop the hand-wringing kind of way. Her words, it's not about cutting bits of the state. It's looking at what the state does and why it does it. What she really means is the bloated Blair-era megastate is up for review. Expect scrutiny of everything from DEI departments to overseas aid, quangos, consultants, university bureaucracies, nothing sacred. Except maybe the Treasury's coffee budget. Let's not be hasty. But here's where it gets spicy. Badenoch is drawing a big, fat, red line between her Conservatives and Nigel Farage's Reform UK. She accused Farage of bullshitting and said Reform is actually to the left of the Tories on benefits. Wait, what? You heard that right. Badenoch claims she's the real deal on welfare reform, not reform. Which is a bit rich considering the Tories spent 14 years handing out corporate welfare like it was Smarties. And then there's the mutiny inside her own ship. Robert Jenrick, who lost to her in the leadership race, is talking demographics and British identity. She brushes it off as people use different words than I would use. But make no mistake, there's a growing revolt on the Tory backbenches. And some of them don't want a British Miley. They just want Boris Johnson with better hair. She says she's not worried about regicide, political assassination, because she's too thick-skinned. But thick skin doesn't protect you from a political chainsaw. October's Tory party conference is going to be fireworks. Badenoch is gearing up to announce a full-on clash with the European Court of Human Rights. She told journalists she's increasingly of the view we need to leave. That's music to Reform UK ears, but they've heard this tune before. Will she follow through? Or is it more Tory shadowboxing before a slow climb down? Either way, it's clear. She wants to own the economy, tame immigration and cut the state without sounding mad. Milei with manners, basically. So let's ask the real question. Is Britain ready for a Milei-style reset? Because while Argentina may be braced for chainsaws and chaos, Britain still struggles to fix a pothole without a 3-week feasibility study. One thing's for sure, Kemi Badenoch is done playing defence. She's going full Thatcher 2.0 with a South American twist. And Reform UK? They'd better bring more than Nigel's TikToks if they want to stay ahead. So if you think the Tories are bluffing again, or if you actually want Britain's version of Milei, let us know in the comments. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to share this video with someone who still thinks we're all in it together. You're watching TruthCast UK. No fluff, no filters, just facts.